Hey guys, I hope I find you well and just enjoying this great Sunday. I just got back from church where Christian Kane was bringing it home, talking about 2019, and it got me thinking about my clientele group, the people I help doing business, and the people I'm going to help. Also, in line with that, last night I was up till very, early hours of the morning working on the project that I am building. In fact, I've got a seminar coming up in Reading on the, about 2 3 weeks from now, where I will be taking, wannabe coaches or coaches and consultant on how to attract high-paying clients, even if no one has heard about you. So it's an interesting journey because last time I did something like that was in 2016 when I used to do events and all that sort of thing. And then I took a break and I'm back right now. And we are launching the very first seminar after 2 years. From my clients, requested I do something like that. So I thought, you know what, let's go help people. Now, one of the things that I've discovered that stops people, in fact, that used to stop me a long time ago to actually go out and help people, is what I'm going to be talking about today. If you are a coach or a consultant, a therapist, financial advisor, or anyone who has a message to put out there, you probably will find this very helpful, or you may know somebody who may find this very, very helpful. Now, there are a lot of things that can stop anyone from going out there and help people. Many things, but the two things that stopped me for a long time, that stopped a lot of people for a long time, is these two things I'm going to be discussing today. Now, why is it important to know these two things? Two reasons. Number one is you will be prepared to deal with them head on when that thought begins to come to you. In fact, most of these things happen in our mind. And if you've got it all sussed out, before that thought takes dominant effect on you, you will be able to deal with it. So let's dive into it. What are the two things that will hold you back from going out there and really help people? Remember, coaches, consultants, therapists, financial advisors have something unique. They've got a message. They can help people who are struggling or business that are struggling, that are going to close. And without people like you and I, those business will close. So, we play a very important role. And without us, a lot of things will just crumble down and collapse. But we cannot afford to do that. That is why this year I'm going to be focusing solely on helping consultants, coaches, therapists, on top of my virtual assistant, services that I already provide people. But I'm going to be focusing on this one. Now, let's just go straight into what is it that we're covering today. So what, just out of interest, what are the two things that just come straight to your head about that holds you back, especially if you're a coach? What is it? Just write it down wherever wherever you can write it down, or just take a mental note, and you can deal with it later on. Awareness is the very first step to dealing with anything. If you're aware of something, you'll be able to deal with it very, very well. So, number one, the thing that stopped me, I remember when I got started in 2009, well, I was playing out with the idea of becoming a coach and all that. And I had the solution. People wanted solution with their online marketing, but I thought I'm not qualified enough. So thinking you're not qualified, or because you don't have credentials, this could be one of those things that can stop you. Now, for many, many reasons, this makes perfect sense. Now, hear me out. Credentials are very important. There's a place for that. But usually, as you will see in this presentation, that they are good for the very first part of you getting into something, but they don't keep you there. You'll see that in a few minutes. Now, let's look at some of the people who didn't have credentials when they got started, but they provided tremendous value that we use today. For example, Bill Gates. I remember when I was in Africa, using Microsoft, truly it transformed my life, to now being able to use the computer and doing all the things I do, generate income online, is because of somebody who started it, who was a college dropout. Now, do I encourage college dropout? Absolutely not. But using that or having this as an excuse from not going out to help people will actually hurt you. In fact, you're cheating the world of your giftings. So if you've got a real solution that can help people, you want to go out and help people. Let's look at another one, Mark Zuckerberg. Now, I wouldn't be able to communicate with you if it wasn't for this gentleman here on Facebook. In fact, he didn't wait for others to give him permission to start Facebook. Imagine where would be today without this facility. Now, imagine a lot of people are already waiting for your solutions. They're waiting for you to help them out. If you wait for somebody to give you credentials, some people will wait for a long time. So what am I saying? If you've got a solution that people want and you know how to get the results fast for them, you can go ahead and help them before you get the credentials. Now, I know a lot of people think differently, but here is what I've discovered. Credentials gets you in the door, but the results keeps you in the company or wherever you're working. Let's go and look at another great gentleman, who did not wait for credentials. You all know Steve Jobs. In fact, I'm using a Mac. The gentleman also had no legitimate credentials at all. But guess what? He's created, something that has truly transformed people's life. I guess what I'm trying to say here is, don't wait for credentials. If you've got a solution that can truly, truly help people, go out and give that to them. When you do that, you will begin to attract more people that you can help. In fact, they will begin to recommend your services to others, and that is where you need to be. Okay, let's look at what it is. The bottom line is, if you are freaked out about lack of credentials, I understand that because it used to freak me out a lot. But you have to realize this. Earlier on, you have enough, and that you've got what it takes. If you can solve someone's problem much faster than they can solve it, you have a solution. You qualify to be a coach or to help somebody to get closer to their goal. At the end of the day, credential gets you through the door, but what keeps you there is the results. Here's what you as a coach or a consultant or a therapist, financial advisor, you've got to get good at producing results for your clients, very, very, very good, before anyone can recommend your services to anyone else. So in 2019, if you are looking to explode your business, you want to get good. For example, as I will share with you in time how I attract high-paying clients, I'll be showing you exactly what I do and the results that I'm getting, so you know very, very well that no, this is, if you do this, you do this, you do this, people are going to come to you. And I'll be sharing with you first of all on my masterclass, which you can find or register on it on smartclientsystem.com, or you can come to the live event that I'm having here in Reading in a few weeks' time. Again, we'll send out the details to anyone who is interested in learning more about that. So what is the second thing that can stop you as a consultant, a coach, or anyone with a message to go out there? I'm just talking specifically to coaches. If you try to sell yourself wrong, you won't go anywhere. There is a way that coaches, consultants, professionals like us to put our services in front of the right people so that they come to us. Now, the traditional way of selling online does not work when it comes to this industry. It actually pushes people away. So what am I saying? Very simple. There is a proven system. In fact, again, I will be teaching this in my free masterclass that you can register for. I will show you the whole model, which I used in 2018, which landed me great clients, private clients, which I needed at the time, in improving that the system works so that I can begin to teach it to other people in 2019. I will show you the whole model. I'll show you how we run the Facebook ads so that you too can do that as well. Now, what works in any industry is what I call the results first approach in our industry specifically. So what does that mean? You show people that you can help them by actually helping them. This is one of those old saying is, show me that you can help me by helping me in what I need today. So if you can figure out today how you can help somebody and show them that you can help them further, they're more likely to say, hey, help me out. I would dive deep in, if you want to learn more on how to do that. I know when you hear it for the very first time, it's like, oh, how does that work? Does that mean I'm going to be working for free for somebody else before they get results? And there is some sort of resistance. Because when I discovered this, I thought, no, man, it doesn't work like that. Otherwise, I'm going to spend a lot of time working for people for free and without knowing whether they're going to become my client or not. Now, the system I show you is you only work with the people that you want to work with. Not everyone, because everyone is not your ideal client. So again, results first, and you work with the people, you provide them results before they even become your client. And those results will prove to them that you know exactly what you're talking about. So you've got to become client-centric. Know them very well, your ideal client, that is. Know them well beyond they know themselves. Know what they need tomorrow and have it ready for them. Let me give you an example. Say, for you who are parents, you understand that, when a child has to go to school, they need certain things all in place for the following morning. Like, for example, it's a Sunday today, they're going to school tomorrow. You know what needs to be ready for them even before the child is ready to go to school. It's similar to that when it comes to, you putting out the right message to your client or reaching out to your ideal clients. Know them very well to the point that when the time they have a particular need, you say, oh yeah, I thought about that already, and here it is. And if you do that, you're going to attract the high-paying clients. And not only that, you will also have them stay with you for a long time. Again, if you can get that particular client the results faster than he can get them on his own, that's all what the client matters most about. So just to recap, the two things that potentially stops you from going out there and really help people. Number one is thinking that you don't have credentials enough, you don't have experience. All those things are valid, but in the real world out there, people cares most about the results. Can you ask yourself an honest question? Can you actually produce results for what the people really want? If you can, go out and produce results. Credentials are very good and very important, but what matters most in the world, in the business world or in the consulting world, is what results can you produce? You focus on producing results for people, whatever field you are in, they will hire you over and over and over and over again. The other thing that stops you, just recapping, is thinking that you can't do it on your own. And, if you focus on these things that we've talked about, here's what happens. People will begin to come your way, and you begin to help as many people as you possibly can. Now, I have developed a masterclass, which is it is free of cost for anyone who wants to go deeper with, in a very structured way, where I talk to you about, how to get high-paying clients and how you can help those people and maintain those high-paying clients, in 2019. It's all there out for you. Alternatively, you can come to my Discovery Day, which you can find on YeukaiLive.com, where I'm going to be taking people, for the whole day, and we'll be going through different sessions of, running a consulting or a coaching business altogether. I hope that helps you. And any questions, as always, reach out. Just send me a direct message, and then we can see what we can do to help you. I firmly believe you and I, as coaches and consultants, have a true message, or we have a unique opportunity to go out and help people and really make a difference. So again, if you've got any questions, reach out, and then we can see what we can do. That's all I have, and I hope to catch up with you soon. And thanks again. Have a great evening, whatever you do, and a wonderful week ahead.